and JK flip flop is also given here, and with clock pulse. So JK, most always it is taken as positive clock pulse, and different conditions are given here. So here JK 00, then Qn plus 1 is Qn last state, no change. From if 01, then Qn plus 1 is 0, then reset condition as it is 0. And 10 means set condition 1. 11 means Qn bar toggle. I mean, there is a exactly opposite result of what is the last with the last state. That is the toggle condition. Like if Qn is 1, then Qn bar is equal to 0. Qn is equal to 0, then Qn bar is equal to 1. JK master slave flip flop. Here there are two flip flops, which is of JK flip flop type, and here you will get the same way as previous. Like when there is a 00 condition, then Qn is equal to no change. 01 condition, reset 0 will get 101. When j is equal to 1, Qn plus 1 is equal to 1. J is equal to 0, and Qn plus 1 is equal to 0. 1 condition, there is a toggle, and T flip flop using SR. T has the following truth table, that when 0 is given, along with SR flip flop conditions, when 0 is given, I mean XX, whatever may be the inputs, Qn is again Qn, no change. But when 1 is given as T, then Qn bar is the Qn plus 1, and 0 is given, then previous state is again continued after clock pulse. Flip flop timing. Every electronic circuit can't switch state immediately. It will take some time to switch between states. I mean on and off. The switching time is in nanoseconds range. The switching time input to output response is the main cause for the propagation delay. This is called the delay time, TP. So you can see that this is the settling time, and dead time, slew time, recovery time, and final settling is given here. Flip flop timing. Setup time, here you can see it is the minimum amount of time that the data bit input must be present before the clock clicks enable, or I mean, you can see that before the input is changed, the minimum time so that the input changed is taken into consideration. Taken into consideration is called clock setup time, and then hold time is the second place, where the data bit must be present after enable or clock it, the minimum amount of time, so that it is taken the change occurs. That is called the hold time. And synchronous input are those whose effect of flip flop output is synchronized with the clock input. And asynchronous input is asynchronous are those that operate independently of the synchronous input and input clock signal. They force the flip-flop output to go to predefined state irrespective of the logical status of the synchronous input. Preset and clear. So preset and clear, just clear changes all the signals to 0. That is a type of asynchronous input where no previous state is taken into consideration. But clock dials and JK and D are all synchronous input because they depend upon initial conditions. And switch debouncing, one of the applications of flip-flops. Any mechanical switch cannot produce clean voltage transition, as there will be keep on bouncing back and forth when there is a change in switch. As you can see, there is a bounce back, which is unavoidable when it is directly changed, as it is an analog circuit is used as flip-flops. So this can be totally minimized using this setup and get to get a proper output. Here, each and every time, whichever side it bounces, it gives an output voltage of V, which gives an standard output. Flip-flop synchronization. This is according to the clock input and clocked output. Whenever the clock changes, only when the clock changes, there is a change in the output. However, may be the difference in thing according to this clock. The truth table is given here when zero, when there is a zero clock input, instead of a negative clock or something like that. When there is zero clock input, whatever may be the input D, the same last output, last state is followed. When there is a negative clock pulse, here you can see the negative must be given, so that for negative clock pulse, 0 is 0 and 1 is 1, as we know already.